where to start. I can't even with this game anymore. It is so hard to imagine that with 3,000 people working on a game for 3 years, that none of these 3,000 people, or even the people at Activision that are responsible for the Call of Duty franchise and the discussions with the developers, that none of these people actually quits their job because they're fed up with the lies that are being poured out about hyping a game, promising stuff that will never be met, and eventually just leaving consumers completely frustrated. And I made a video the other day about how to enjoy Call of Duty, and that is indeed to stop giving a shit. That's the only way to enjoy this game, but that is hard. And at the end of the day, you just want to sit down with your mates, with your friends, and have a good time because that is what Call of Duty has always been, and that's why it's struggling so hard. It's trying to be something it's not, and in that process, it just doesn't deliver what it is promising and what we're expecting. It's not a. Of course, there's skill gaps. There are god tier players, and that has always been the case. But it's with the skill based matchmaking, and it's so hard trying to be the jack of all trades and be that generic game that suits everyone, and on the other side it wants to promote being an absolute sweat. It doesn't make any sense anymore, this game. It just doesn't. And currently the issue now is that player counts are dropping like flies. It's the amount of people running away from this game, and what you get is a publisher, Activision and Infinity Ward, allegedly think that it drops faster than expected. So there are a few things that are really wrong with this. First of all, you expect player counts to drop. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal, especially in the first period, this is just the start of this 2 year cycle. You expect more people picking up your great game. It's supposed to be the most advanced Call of Duty ever. There is nothing advanced in this. So it's dropping faster than expected. I would rephrase that in that the player count that is dropping is completely in line what you're doing. You're promising something and you don't deliver. The user interface is a mess. There is nothing to grind for. The calling cards with the attached grinding things you should be able to do are non existent. It's a freaking mess, the calling card system. Go to Black Ops Cold War. That is how you list that. And that gives you the option to choose what you want to grind for, the challenges you want to do. There is nothing to do. And if there's nothing to grind for, you need to lean on the maps. And there are no maps. It released with 6 to 8 maps, I believe. That's it. Half of them were complete bullshit, and what they gave is shootouts and shipment. One of them is not even a map, and the other one is we know that stuff. Where's the meaningful, unique content? And now it's dropping faster than expected. It's not dropping faster than expected. On the other side, I must give kudos because Call of Duty seems to be living in the freaking distorted reality field where it doesn't seem to freaking matter what they say. People will spend $1 billion in the first 10 days. The first 10 days, 1 billion. Jesus Christ. If any other manufacturer out there would do the same thing, it would actually it would make them go bankrupt 100%. It would 100% make them go bankrupt. But not Call of Duty, not Infinity Ward, not Activision. They just can they're able to continue, and now they're thinking that, whoa, it's dropping faster than expected. No, it's completely in line, and Actually, nobody should have bought this game in the first place. But you know, we're all that gamers are different breed. It's a fear of missing out. We want to play the game. We hope it's going to be a good year. And then this news comes out, boys. This news comes out. Let me pop this up for you because I'm not reading it from a screen, reading from my mobile. Season 2 will be launching on February 15. That is exactly the same process as we have seen with Call of Duty Vanguard. Exactly the same. They also delayed it in season 2 to January 15th. Our studio teams have been making several changes based on what we've heard from our player community. uh, you know, uh, what are you going to change? You're going to remove skill based matchmaking? What is it you're going to change? What have you heard? Especially with Warzone. You launch Warzone 2.0. If you put 2.0 in front of behind something, then you mean it's going to be bigger, bolder, better, and rougher and tougher. It's not. It's just less of what we had in Warzone. So are you going to bring that back? Season 2 includes all new content with the return of Resurgence. Okay, a brand new small map for Warzone 2.0. They should have released that in the first place. Just right off the bat, we had a certain status quo with Warzone, and what you brought back was less of what we had. So I don't see this as a cheerful thing. That should have been there from the start. Rank play, finally, something we should have had in the first place in when it released, and along with new multiplayer maps. Why is it so hard to just tease it? Just tease it right now so people are excited for. There's nothing to draw from this, new modes, weapons, and much more. And the much more is quite easily defined as microtransacted bullshit that we're going to get, battle passes. I don't give a freaking flying fuck about that. The only thing I want to see is maps. That is the unique, meaningful content from a multiplayer standpoint. Skins, weapons, for me at least, come second and third. I want to see maps. I'd rather have half of the guns, but an increase of maps that is abnormal. 25 maps right now, and just take away half the guns and just invest your time in the freaking maps. It doesn't say anything. Stay tuned for additional intel. I don't want additional intel. I want to understand what the new maps content is that we are going to get, that are going to draw people back into this game. Because currently there is nothing to do in this game. And the state of Modern Warfare 2 is... there is no state. It's just pathetic. And the Call of Duty franchise is in general nothing more than a continuation of a decrease of quality every freaking year. And that's hard to see, guys, because I've been with Call of Duty since day one. I lived through the golden ages, and it's so easy to pinpoint what made Call of Duty so good. Just they only had to bring back Modern Warfare 2 from back in the days on a new engine, current modern engine, and of course tweak some things around it. But if they would have done that, then this would have been a smashing hit on a continuous basis, and they could pour out a message says player count is increasing faster than expected, and we're now struggling to keep up with servers and storage. That's what you want to see and what you want to hear, but that's not what we're going to get. So this is not, if you would really have something to show and to tease, they would have already done it, but they don't. So they're in a panic mode. That is my sincere conclusion of what we're doing here. It's just another day, same bullshit. This was Movement 6, out. Back to the battlefield.